Hello everyone, welcome to English class. Dear students, as I have told you, today we are going to start the new chapter, chapter number 8, Fire, Friend and Foe. So, friend, yes, are well wishers, and foe are enemies. So, let's begin this chapter with the introduction. The lesson is an informative one. It is difficult to imagine our lives without fire. Fire is one of the most important discoveries in human history. However, it needs to be checked because it can create havoc if it goes out of control. If the fire breaks out, it can be controlled by water, sand, etc. Various firefighting instruments also help in putting out fire. So, if the fire goes out of control, it engulfs hectares of forest, lives, and property. So, this is the introduction, means related to the fire we are going to read in this chapter. So, page number 114. Okay, open the page number 114, beginning of the chapter, Fire, Friend and Foe. Okay, as you can see, fire is here and is here. So early man didn't know what fire was, but he must have seen the damage it could cause. He must have watched lightning and volcanoes long before he began to use fire himself. Fire was powerful and dangerous, and he was frightened. So what happened? It is the time of history, early man, when there was no civilization. Man lived in the forest. That time they didn't know about the fire. Yes, they don't didn't know how to uh, generate the fire, right? But they must have seen about the damages, because of heat in any, if there is any highest heat there, so the dry leaves can be burned by the sunlight also. So they have seen the must have seen the good damages like lightning, right? And they also had seen the volcanoes, and because volcanoes generate matlab, means numerous energy and heat, so hopefully they all had witnessed the volcanoes and the lightness, natural electrical lights. So before he began to use fire himself, as we know that early man started fire after long time. So fire was powerful and dangerous, they knew, and he was frightened. Who was frightened? The human being was frightened by the fire because it was very powerful. At the early time there was only forest, and yes, because of fire the forest got burnt. Next, firemen may have puzzled early men, but we now know that fire is the result of a chemical reaction. When the oxygen in the air combines with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, a chemical reaction takes place. Energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. This is what we call fire. So here they are saying like early man might be puzzled because he didn't know about the fire, but now in today's time we know that what is fire. It is the chemical reaction, and which chemicals are required? Oxygen, heat and carbon. So when the oxygen in the air, yes, we know that air contains oxygen also, with carbon and hydrogen in a fuel, and if we use fuel and put heat there, so a chemical reaction takes place. So energy in the form of heat and light is released in this process. And if you have learned about the science chemical reactions, then you know about the equations. Two chemicals produces another thing. So here the same oxygen, carbon and hydrogen combines and generate a chemical reaction takes place, and in the form of heat and light energy is produced. So this is what we call fire. Or we can see with the help of this picture, let's understand. Oxygen, fuel, heat, so here is the combination and we got fire. Okay. Okay. Now, on the same page, page number 114, last para of this page, three things are needed to make fire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. Wood, coal, cooking gas, and petrol are some examples of fuel. Oxygen comes from the air. That is why when you blow on smoldering paper, it often bursts into flame. The third thing needed to make fire is heat. Fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves, or else a newspaper or a stick lying in the open would catch fire on its own. To burn a piece of paper or wood, dash on the next page. So listen to your students. Here the requirements are given, means three things are needed to make fire: fuel, oxygen, and heat. We got oxygen from the air, we had many kinds of fuel, and we should have heat to produce fire. Wood, coal, cooking gas, and petrol are some examples of fuel, right? So we know that wood can catch the fire, coal can catch the fire, or if we want to produce fire, then we should need wood. You know very well, right? Similarly, cooking gas, you have cooking gas, cooking stove at your homes, and to a stove is not sufficient alone, right? We need the gas cylinder as well. Okay, so cooking gas is required, yes, to burn fire, to burn the stove. And petrols are some examples of fuel. So oxygen comes from the air. We get oxygen from the air. That is why when you blow on smoldering, what is the meaning of smoldering? Burning slowly without flame. Okay, sometimes fire something is burning, but it is not producing the flames. Okay, it is just, that's called smoldering. And when you just put when you blow on the smoldering paper, it often bursts into flames. Sometimes you have seen, if you want flame in the wood, then you should just give them air, right? So with the help of this, you can produce the flame. The third thing needed to make fire is heat, right? So fuel and oxygen do not make fire by themselves. If you have oxygen, if you have fuel, you can put them in the open, but they will not burn themselves. They need heat, right? If heat, highest temperature is required, so or else a newspaper, so here are the example, a newspaper or a stick lying in the open would catch fire on its own. If you see the matchbox, a matchstick, with the help of which we just get fire, can is it producing a fire by themselves? No, we can put a matchstick in the open, but it will not burn themselves. Okay, we need to, yes, push it, right? So similarly, to burn a piece of paper or wood, we heat it before it gets fire. Heating of the things are required. We generally do it with a lighted match. Every fuel has a particular temperature at which it begins to burn. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. So now they are talking about the temperature at which the fuel started burning. Okay, we heat before it gets fire. Like see, if they had told about the to burn a piece of paper or wood, if you want to burn a piece of paper or wood, then it should need a heat, right? So with the help of lighted matchsticks, we gave them heat and they got burnt. Every fuel has a particular temperature. So we have different types of fuel like wood, cooking gas, and petrol, but they all have the different temperature points. Okay, and at which it begins to burn. They require different temperatures to start burning. This temperature is called the flash point or kindling temperature of the fuel. So what is the kindling temperature or the flash point at which the fuel started burning, right? So the wood have requires different temperature, petrol requires different temperature. Not at a same temperature they all can burn. Got it? So it is sometimes said that fire is a good servant but a bad master. It only means that fire is very useful as long as it is kept under control. So Yes, everybody knows that fire is a good servant. Servant means we are getting many things from the help with the help of fire. If you want to cook food, then obviously fire is required. Okay, so it is a good servant, but bad master, it becomes out of control. Then it can destroy number of things. Okay, so yesterday, day before yesterday, means in this festival season, an incident happened in our city, that at a place, because of a small candle, the complete shop got burned, right? So if it got out of control, it can burn, it can destroy many things, but then it becomes a bad master. So it only means that fire is very useful. Yes, today's life without fire is not possible, but as long as it is kept under control, if it is good if it is under the control. If it is out of control, then it becomes bad master. Okay, so look at the next para of the page number 115, right? For instance, we use it to cook our food, warm our homes in winter, and to generate electricity. Okay, for electricity, for food, for getting warm, we need fire. But on the other hand, if fire gets out of control, it can be very dangerous. Okay, if the fire is like this, okay, then it is very dangerous. Each year thousands of homes and shops are damaged by fire. So these are the statistical data which are provided, that each year, every year, thousands of homes and shops are damaged by fire. Vast areas of forest are also destroyed, and hundreds of people are killed or injured. Okay, so the forest fire is very common where the temperature is very high. Okay, so vast areas means very large area of forest, most of the time destroyed by the fire only, and because of that hundreds of people are killed or injured. So these are the damages which are caused by the uncontrolled fire. Okay, so I hope you all have understood today's part of the chapter. Thank you.